I have recently returned from a little away, and this being early June 2017, I did not anticipate being able to attend Blade Show in Atlanta, and I guess my punishment for that is that I discover that once again, United States of American fashion trends never cease to amaze me. I encountered this little online story.
The male romper broke the internet, but can it generate enough business to break the bank?
That's a good question, and it's fascinating. I'm on my seat's edge just awaiting the response from the public, from the American male public, to see just how many of us are going to flock to acquire this garment. It's interesting, and there's a little bit of background on this that we'll get into in just a little bit. But again, I just never cease to be amazed what the grand poobahs that be will try to foist upon us as men.
My next guest definitely hopes so. Joining me are two of the co-founders of Romper Creator Ace Design, Elaine Chen and Chip Longnecker. Thanks for.
Okay, obviously a guy named Chip came up with this concept, and doesn't necessarily surprise me, although I have known a couple of Chips in my time.
Joining us.
Thanks for having us.
Absolutely.
Oh, that was a little scary how they just both in tandem. Definitely, he's in tune with his lady friend there.
Absolutely. So look, it's not as easy as people think to go viral. Why do you think the Romper Kickstarter did?
I'm curious. Of course, I wasn't immediately available, but I haven't heard about this until I stumbled across this story online. Didn't know about something like this going viral. So let's get the information from the people that came up with this interesting concept.
I think it's one part just the fact that nobody had ever seen a romper on a male physique before.
Okay, well, this is where I have to cut in. I have a bit of a research library, you might say, available to me, and this from Playboy, June 1970. We were going to actually consider doing some readings of some periodicals, and from this magazine from 1970, we encounter some swimwear, and I thought that I had observed this recently. Interestingly to note that here we go. Looks like this is a male romper, or well, we'll see one in just a bit. Looks like it's referred to Tuning into Terry Belted Stretch Knit One-Piece Swimsuit by Seitzen Hairguard for Stinson. $35 for this garment. I don't know if anybody's had terry cloth around water, where there's a lot of water, or they're calling this a swimsuit, and frankly, I can't imagine how comfortable that would have been. And of course, again, we look at fashion concepts. Almost reminds me of something that you'd wear in a spaghetti western. I'm sorry. It's entertaining to see. Out of all of these items that are depicted in this pictorial, little fashion display in Playboy, June 1970. Most of these guys don't look all that comfortable. This gentleman definitely doesn't look very comfortable. I think that this is about the most comfortable looking piece and the most fashion-oriented concept that I would personally like. Of course, we've got the musicians in the background on the rock with their little vests on this pictorial display. So that is from 1970. So sorry about that, Chip. I got bad news for you. You are not the first one to come up with putting one of these things on a male physique.
That was sort of, those pictures were sort of.
Okay, my God. These guys don't look very comfortable. I'm sorry.
And generate.
I have no adequate words right now for this. As you can see, these pieces are very similar.
Interest, but I also think it was the name. We named it the romper.
To what Stinson was selling back in 1970.
Because we thought
Here we have a couple of guys fighting over an ice cream or a pie.
it was a punny
They seem to be walking around in public.
Take.
Reebok.
Wow. Notice how the ladies are just looking at each other. They're probably trying to resist laughing. It looks like, again, maybe a concept for short, long underwear from the 1800s. I don't know. There might be someone else who would design something like this, but I'm not even sure that those.
Reebok is launching their own line in June.
Oh, she was only happy when she set a beer down. So looks like we've got somebody else coming up with this. So here we go.
Called the Romper. Do you think they're hopping on your moment, and how do you feel about that?
Yeah, I mean, we're just excited that people are excited about romping around.
Okay, here we go. $89 looks like it's going to be the retail price for the Romp by, I guess it's by Reebok.
They're like enjoying the
Yeah.
summer in them.
I think it's a compliment from Reebok. I haven't personally heard from Reebok in 10 years, so when they came out with the Romp, I was like, oh, this company's still around. So and I think it looks pretty good. Ours looks good too. So yeah, let the competition get.
Well, and obviously they have the money to dump into this and maybe dump back out.
The Rompim co-founders have a little shade. I love it. They're launching in a few weeks, and you're scheduled to ship around August. Do you think they're trying to cut into your business?
I mean, I think, there's always going to be competition, especially in the fashion industry. We recognize that, and that's definitely something that we take into account as we're figuring out how to ramp up our production as quickly as possible as well.
So
Yeah.
we're hoping to get to market as fast as possible.
Well, maybe I should give you a recommendation. You probably can find hundreds, if not thousands, of those Stinson, whatever they called it at the time, that were never sold because, quite frankly, I can't imagine anybody really finding that very comfortable. The belted stretch knit one-piece swimsuit by Seitzen Hairguard for Stinson. So maybe you guys can pick some up in a warehouse somewhere. Maybe there's an old, well, not military, but an old warehouse somewhere that's got a bunch of those, and you can just flush them back out.
Definitely. Okay. Elaine Chen and Chip Longnecker, thanks a lot.
Thank
Thank
you.
you.